into the ether, or back from the ether. Hello. Hi. We're streaming again. Took a little bit of a break. Got some stuff going on. Mostly good stuff, I suppose. But we're going to come back and we're a surprise. You know, the slip gates open and things pour out, including us playing Quake 1 Nightmare Mode Arcane Dimensions. And so that's what we're going to do. We are bring up my very technical, very official looking progress sheet that indicates that we just did Swampy, which is the fourth of the 4 main maps, which means we're going to go into whatever AD end is. Yeah, we're gonna see what the heck that is. I don't know where it is in the hub. It's been a little while since I played this. Get our bearings here. But we have all the 4 runes we need to accomplish to allegedly open up the end, wherever that is. Okay, get her. No, that's not what I want. So I specifically didn't look up where this is, because I wanted to kind of figure it out. I wonder if it's in the other hub one? No. Interesting. Well, we don't lose anything by looking in the other hub area, so. I don't know if the runes carry over with this. If they don't, then we know. Well, maybe. Okay. Oh, this is probably it. Maybe. Maybe not. Really looking forward to getting in all these other maps, though, at some point. Some really cool looking architecture in lots of these. The Horde of Zendar. No? Oh, I didn't grab the X. Awkward. That's a lot of these guys. Yeah, this is just the second hub area. I don't know if this actually is where I go to get to the end. Nope. Just a fun little... Half the fun is finding it. If we really get stuck, I'm sure we can look it up. if it's actually in the second map or if it's in the main hub. It's gotta be in the main hub world, right? Yeah, it's gotta be here. This is where the runes are. Oops. So it's gotta be here. So I wasn't anticipating getting to the end being a little puzzle in itself, but I suppose that makes sense. Unless I'm just incredibly dense, which is possible. Very possible. So this is how you get to the nightmare. That is not... Which I should be on nightmare, I am. Okay. That is not... How do we get down there? S1M1, is that even one of the things on our list? It is, okay. It's good to know that's where it is. But this is also not... You have two of these things. That's the one where it did. Ah, yes. Here's the end. Oh, come on, guys. You gotta maintain the immersion. Oh, I should probably stay here. Shit, I shouldn't have left. Okay, good. Oh, is there... This is not a full map? I thought this would be a full map, but there's 0 enemies here. All the same, let's save and make sure. We're starting with 66 armor and 6 health. You know, because the devil. The one thing that Arcane Dimensions has done really well for me, it's really tapped into the thing I like the most about, one of the things I like the most about Quake 1, which is the atmosphere, the moodiness of it, these creaky platforms and extra sound effects that they've added really to kind of tap into that. We're going to do the... kind of the credits of the team, maybe. It's kind of cool in this case. This is actually, I think this is the main guy. I think this is the guy I talked to on Twitter briefly, telling him how much I liked what he had worked on. Fair. Nice. Okay, I do. Yeah, let's see what this actually is. There's more here than just sort of a credits thing. Little spider things. These sound like people I like to hang out with. I think I could get to. I would enjoy hanging out with these folk. Spiders, of course. Okay. All right. So it was a fun. Okay. All right. Well, that's technically done. That was cool. I feel like this is a team of people who, if they wanted to do they could do right by a full linked campaign in the Quake engine that would capture a lot of kind of the atmosphere and awesome level design. I had to reset to Nightmare because I somehow lost it. But yeah, and I've only played 4 of their maps in this collection, but I'm already on board for what they're doing. Okay, so we are next to do DM1. It's next on the list, since that didn't really count as a level. I mean, as a thing that we can call our stream. Okay, Place of Many Deaths, DM1 is next. The Place of Many Deaths. Let's see all three. Good. Just my keyboard here so that. He's taking a lot more shots than he usually does. These hammer ogres, whatever their actual name is. So yeah, DM. Right, this does look a lot like DM1. Okay, so this is kind of a remix of the DM1 map. That's cool. I forget. I think that was. It had a similar name. Sister, maybe? I don't remember what the name of DM1 was. It's still pretty big, 119 kills. Or monsters in here. And as we've learned, that does not account for monsters that get spawned, which was not a thing in the core game. But definitely can happen in Arcane Dimensions. So because this is kind of a remix of a deathmatch map, I suspect we might not see quite as much unique level design, more kind of a playing with the original, adding to it sort of thing. That's fine. I'm curious what they've chosen, how they've chosen to play with the DM layout. Yeah, this is directly. This is kind of weird to see this for me because I played so much of these deathmatch levels that to see it kind of in a story sort of sense is kind of strange. It's in a good way, but it's a weird nostalgia that they're hitting for me. As well, obviously lived up at some point. Oh, it's the bastards making that nonsense. Yeah, I wonder if they're going to squeeze another 100 enemies into this though. Damn thing doesn't work at all. Well, that one does. This is awkward. I don't have a grenade launcher. The only way to handle these things, as anyone who's watched my stream would know. Which statistically is not very many people, but that's alright. them fight it out for a little while. Okay, so we're actually... we're using different elements of the, reusing, I should say, or reusing some elements of the map. This is kind of a, yeah. I don't think I've encountered this green gob throwing guy yet. At the very least, we don't have to worry about fighting runes in any more of these maps. Like, I know I expected it to be a cool kind of boss thing or something, but I'm perfectly fine with it being more of a credit roll. Because God knows the people who worked on this deserve recognition, so it's cool that that's a new thing for me. Some sort of wolf thing that spits out other wolves. That's potentially terrifying. We got some respawning items. And again, I just... not sure how I feel about respawning items in a single player map. Or respawning ammo. Because one of the primary conflicts in a single player map in a game like this is ammo, you know, conservation and use, and what ammo to use when, and that kind of stuff. Where they just, there's a reliable way to just get more ammo, which you can easily abuse. It's not even limited. Like, there are a few of these ammo boxes and packs that will come back. Like this one, for example, will just keep coming back. Granted, it gives them some flexibility to have, for example, encounters that respawn, or encounters that are like wave-based, that maybe they, you know, it's certainly to the benefit of the player that they do that, not to them as the designer of the maps. But it's a little weird. Go back to Future reference. I'm a little on fire right now. It's stuck. So this is kind of like the quad damage, sort of. I'm trying to think if it's like their in-universe version of the quad damage. The sharpshooter. I'm guessing that's the case. But okay. You know, what I'll do actually after I save this is just briefly run around DM1. After I finish this, I should say. Okay. Okay. I do respect that they don't want to give me a ton of the rocket-based weapons. I certainly noticed that in the other maps, that there's definitely a an emphasis put on. Oh, that's another wizard up there. That's is that an actual shambler or is that a fake shambler? Oh, that's a shambler. That's a straight up shambler. Hey, buddy. Seen you in a while. Goddamn wizard needs to knock it off. I mean, to be fair, like, counterpoint to, or reason for having respawning ammo is there are enemies that make potentially an infinite amount of enemies, such as the Lost Souls and the spiders. That can't be it. Seriously. What just happened? There's like 50 enemies somewhere. This can't be the end of the level. It can be. Okay. Okay. Well, we're not going to go back and find all the secrets. We want to see the core. That was definitely a smaller feeling map. Maybe. Let's poke around a little bit more. Just a little bit. See if we can find at least one interesting thing that we did not find. But looky, what's the second Back to the Future reference? That's not a way to get up there. Can't get up to get down. Thanks. Third Back to the Future reference. I mean, I don't really need the quad, right? It's not a thing we're actively seeking out. Fourth Back to the Future reference. Just gonna keep marking them as they come up. Definitely appreciate the different ways to say locked, though. That's fun. Definitely go down through here. So get a good look at this level. Get a good feel for it, because we're gonna run through DM1 proper here. Oh, I heard a fiend. Where are you, buddy? There you are. You get all lit here. All by yourself. Oh, we did actually see this. Okay. Okay. Yeah, there's probably a few more bits missing, but I feel okay moving on. I wonder if I've been spoiled by the first 4 AD maps, which are huge, hour-long affairs. But maybe not. Okay. So let's just make sure it's marking our progress. Yep, okay, cool. Let's look at... So here's the original vanilla Quake deathmatch map. Place of 2 deaths. Okay, yeah. Place of many deaths. Already have some similarities. To open the, oh, so it's a full replace of the model in this and this content. Okay. I mean, this is just a show. I'm like, okay, how do I progress? I'm like, this is a deathmatch level. There's not going to be a way to progress. It's just going to be a big circle intended for you to shoot bullets and rockets and nails at your friends. There's a grenade launcher up there, yeah. This wasn't my favorite deathmatch level. Yeah, that's about it. It's most of the level. There's not a whole lot to it. So. Okay. So. DM1 is done. On to the lava tomb. Oh, it does keep resetting my difficulty, unfortunately. So we'll need to keep checking that. Pretty sure it'll become obvious in level 1, like, wait, this is actually even too straightforward. What? Okay. Now, you'd think I would memorize where these places are. No. Lava tomb, right? I've already forgotten what it was supposed to be. Yes, lava tomb is our new destination. Per aspera ad inferni, I think it said. Per aspera ad inferni. I already like the color palette here. It's almost like a Doom looking. That's, I'm not sure it's supposed to be doing that weird red bit, but yeah, I really like the palette. What's happening here? Assuming there's a way to unlock the guillotine blades. Ow. Those are the statues from Disillusion, I think, in Germany. Jerks. Spider jerk. This has got a big ziggurat feel to it. I like it. Stuff's exploding over there. It's disconcerting. Sky, I think, yeah, that's the skybox. That kind of has a Quake 2 vibe to it. The Strog levels were very kind of level yellow and red tones, palettes, if you will. Yeah, the lighting here is very cool. It's very visually interesting design that's executed pretty nicely as well. Nice and consistent. Keep thinking those are buttons when they're clearly not. Don't stand still when others are shooting at you. The lava sounds are a little distracting. Is that that wasn't a shambler, right? You wouldn't do that to me. Not like this. Surely not. We appreciate that the statue guys have a clunking sound when you kill them versus Gibbs sound. Yeah, it's very satisfying. Oh, right, these fuckers. That's the name. Happily. It's like from a World of Warcraft expansion or something. It's like a follower of Illidan. Whatever. I mean, how are you not going to come alive and attack me? Although I will say, on the upper levels, it gets a little visually mushy. Kind of washes out, I'd say. Oh shit! I like the look of these guys. The sound of them. I like the rocks they're throwing at my face so much though. The like splashing lava sounds, unfortunately, make me sound a lot like the respawn sound over and over again. Also the teleporting in sounds, it keeps making me think there's a person teleporting in. Yeah, I feel like they could have gone a slightly different color palette on the top level, or the next level up, because like I said, it kind of washes out when you're up there and you see it in comparison. That gargoyle will come alive. Just a bunch of skull wizards. Yeah. Being skull wizard friends. Spiders. Why do they have to be spiders? Check, there are 247 enemies in this level. 8 secrets. Luckily, ogres never learned to mouse look, so they have a pretty low angle, which they can fling. Those don't hurt. Falling does, though. Promise of blades yet unswung. Mr. Darkacre Jack, making some magic in the channel. How you doing, sir? Yes, I did. I saw that it's free and that there's heavy discounts on the other ones. Kind of wish I didn't already own them all at this point. Yeah, that's awesome that they're making that free. Those are really good games. I'll resume my playthrough of Shadowrun Dragonfall in the very near future. Get back on that campaign. Good to hear that you're doing great. Anything on the Steam sale that you picked up yet, or are thinking of picking up? I know your wish list is, I believe, a imaginary number at this point. So I'm sure you have lots of things that you've been keeping an eye on. Oh god, what is? Oh, these. $60 a game. Wow. I mean, that's a considerable amount during the Steam sale. Don't sweat it. I'll look at my feed later and see what you scooped up. I'd be curious. There's only a couple that I think I'm original Portal for $1. Did you not play the original Portal? Surely you were talking about it at one point, for sure. Yeah, see, this is a better way of doing the lighting for different tiers. It got really mushy and washed out in terms of the lighting. Oh, no, there's fine. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, for $1, it's at the very least it's worth having. You know, at the ready to play, to show off, or talk about, or even play. You know, do a playthrough for the first time on a certain platform. So see how experience is different. Go through, get all those Chivos on Steam. We are almost dead here. I haven't bought anything yet. I'm gonna buy. I think I'm finally gonna pull the trigger on GTA 5. That's been a thing that's been on my list for a very long time, basically since it came out, and it's never quite been at a price that I'm excited about up until now, where it's like $16 or $17. I think I'm ready to play GTA 5 now for $16. It's always been a thing of like, and it was. Oh yeah, no, I will absolutely check out the online. If as long as that doesn't actually, that's its own mode, right? That doesn't actually do anything with the single player, right? There's no. Like those are very disparate systems as I recall. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh god. Okay, cool. Yeah, I will. I am definitely gonna buy it. Like it's one of those things I have essentially locked in to buy here probably the next day or so. Yeah, I will definitely buy it, and I'd be curious what the online looks like. The online is, as I understand it, is kind of what's pushing that game. It's what's keeping the game in the eye right now. Is for both good and bad, from what I've heard about the online. That's not the way to do it. What else? Thinking briefly about the 40K Inquisitor ARPG. I forget the full name, but I think I'm missing one adjective or noun. It's 40K. God, there's so many guys down here. Like I just assume the guys behind me wouldn't be a problem. But yeah, that Inquisitor something. It's an ARPG that's looks kind of interesting. It claims to be more of an open world thing, which is kind of curious for an ARPG. What else was I looking at? Might go for Divinity 2 because that's original Sin Divinity 2, whatever the actual title of it is. I like the first one a lot. Never got around to playing the second one, and they're coming out with a rebranded version of it this August or October, which will be free to Steam owners. Which apparently is going to fix a bunch of things, kind of relaunch the game in a better way. So those are the main things I've been thinking about. I own a lot of stuff on Steam at this point, so there's, for better or worse, there's definitely a lot that I already own. This is a very awkward. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to hop down there. Down here? Well, that's definitely a better approach. Nah, that's gonna kill me. That's gonna kill me. Yeah, it was, my wish list was mostly impossible to access for most of the day, so I haven't had a chance to really sit down and really should keep playing. Trying to think about what. Nope, that's not the way to do it. Did you manage to play any of the... I did a little bit of the little Saliens minigame thing, which is fine. It's about as good as the other minigames have been. I don't really know what the odds of getting any of the games, getting any of the games for those sectors or whatnot. Black Quake is kind of the only one of those games that I'm kind of curious about. Nope. This got kind of an awkward place where this is not as fun. I'll see. Yeah, I get to level 4, I think. I mean, Black Quake, like I said, Black Quake's the only thing I'm actually... I'd be playing it for. The rest seem kind of like smaller games that I might not... I mean, they might be fine, I just haven't heard most of them. Though it looks like it's promoting the group stuff, which I think you talked about a little bit briefly in the sermon this morning. Yeah, I mean, it's clearly an HTML5. I'm sure it's being sent in clear. I'm sure it's not encrypted on either end. Though I'm sure they're also monitoring progress to see if people are doing that. I don't know. I am extremely low on health right now. So falling from a great height is my solution to being low on health. This level got to a very awkward position here, where it had really good flow, and then all of a sudden we're just smashed up against the wall here, gated off, trying to deal with this. I like the overall look of this place, but... So I've done... We can take a quick glance at our progress-ometer. We did end... We went through DM1, which was a remix of a deathmatch map, so it wasn't too much going on there. It was just cool. This is now Lava Tomb. So at the end, so the whole idea was that the first 4 maps, Crucial, Mountain, OBD, and Swampy, all had runes in them. They unlocked the end. The end ended up being just a very cool, but more of a credits roll for all the people who worked on it. Each person got their own little book that had their name and some fun things about them, and that was it. So not really a payoff for the runes, but yeah, so now we're kind of going through the more... That's unnecessary. This map, I don't know. I liked the design of it at first, but this sudden, like, forced to drop down and handle these guys is a little messy, I'll be honest. Not bad. This would be a nice place for a quad damage or something to kind of give me an edge to... Alright, well this is the best positioning we're going to get. At 5 health. Oh. Awkward for him. Oh, good. Yeah, all the health dried up. Like this just got really uncomfortable really quickly. Uh-huh. Another 4? Like, really? All the health has been... Like, I was kind of raving about this for the first 20 minutes, and now it's just been... a little unbalanced. Can I actually get through here? I'm actually almost out of ammo. Oh, it's a board that makes little baby boars. That's fucking great. There's some health at least. We're at 100 of 250 killed. I will say, Jack, despite your how you weren't a fan of the giant stream, I enjoyed it. I like hanging out with you while you play stuff. So it's good to give you a little feedback there. I enjoyed it. I would not want to stream for 9 hours straight. So, but you should do more gameplay stuff. Don't worry so much about not doing well or having to perform or whatever. Just don't stress it. Yeah, I'm not surprised. You were going for I would imagine that and I've noticed that I've done a few long streams. When I was playing Hearts of Iron with Brass Gecko for 4 to 5 hours at a time, you just kind of collect not only the people in your community, but you kind of collect extra people as you go along that kind of happen to drop in. And you just kind of keep them as you go. So after 8-9 hours, it's interesting how kind of the Twitch dynamic is in that respect. That it's, unless you have a big community of people who, like you, where you have a time and you stick to it, doing smaller form streams is harder to get random people. It's just the nature of the internet and things, right? Like, the odds of you getting random people to your stream that A, want to watch you stream, B, are interested in what you're streaming, it's just not going to happen if you don't have the visibility. These like werewolf fuckers are just weird. They're like, and they make trumpet sounds when they die. I should probably got this health a little bit. Yeah, I've tried. This past week has been kind of a wash in terms of a schedule, but I've tried to set up a schedule. I see you up there. I've tried to set a schedule, and I'm gonna try and stick to it. Haven't really seen a lot of results from it, but we keep trying. Because if people know where to find you, then they'll show up. Although I should say know when to find you, not where to find you. That's fair. I'm just letting you know that you know, should you have the urge to do more gameplay stuff, I think it's worth doing, and there's people who would watch it, including me. So. So now what? What's the flow of this level has been very weird. I feel like this level was made in multiple parts that aren't necessarily working the same. Yeah, I mean, you know, it'll happen, right? That was, you know, as someone who's started a stream with 40 minutes of a muted mic, you learn. I now check. I have everything in front of me here that I'm checking basically every 10 minutes or so. So you know, it happens. People understand that. I don't know about that. Like, yeah, I guess yes. Having no stream at all is definitely worse than having a quiet stream. So I can understand that. But my point being is, you learn from that. Like, that burned enough that that won't, the likelihood of that happening again, perhaps when you have a bigger community, is a lot lower. So. This looks like a giant fondue pot here. I'm not. You gotta be careful with lava in games. Like, lava or cheese? Lava or cheese? Looks like cheese to me. You save. I bet it tastes like cheese. Mmm, delicious. Oh, hello. Right, I knew he was up here too. I said hello to him. Wow, missing grenade after grenade after grenade. I don't have the health for this fight. Alright, let's try and actually fight him correctly this time. I don't have the right number of... Okay, I think... I know we can do this. I've never been more sure of anything in my life. He says falling off the ramp. There we go. Never worried. The shit? You! Little hopping scorpion fucker. Wow. Oh, and I'm bleeding now. That's great. I have 6 rockets, three rockets to my name. Why did I fall down there? Oh my god. Oh my god. Excuse me, I need ammo. Pardon me. Hi. Yep. Hi. I can see. You can see. Oh god. This is gonna go so poorly for me. Okay, this is not balanced very well. Come on, guys. You are not giving me the ammo I need to even remotely have a shot at this encounter. Like, I managed to get the Vor missile on one of them, so that's helping, but this is gonna go south real fast. Out of rockets. Try to get past everybody. Get some nails here at least. Oh, 4 more nails. Okay. Over up here. I Did not know that would happen. Oh, now I am trapped in here while they shoot at me. This Arcane Dimensions added both poison and bleed, yeah. Basically dots. Jesus, fuck. Come on, level designers. That was long. Yes, they added a bleed and a poison mechanic. Chop. Chop. God. Yeah, just the flow is bad. Like it's a lot different than the other levels in the pack, to be honest. It's a clunky flow. That's not a good place to be. Look here. Okay, we should probably save closer to the action next time. Wait, that was healing me up, actually. Interesting. Alright, I mean, they want me to go down here, so... Excuse me, pardon me. Hi, how you doing? Good to see you. That's what we're working on. This guy makes the spiders, so we want to kill him. But these... Illidan motherfuckers who have got their dual glaives. Okay, they're dead. These minivore guys. Yeah, this is just... Okay, okay. 10 shells left, we're still alive. Hanging in there. The cheese is flowing nicely. A little awkward animation in one of those frames, but the cheese is flowing, we're still alive. But I will admit, the huge area, as I was going to say, the huge area gives me more room to run around and avoid the Boar Bomb. He said as blowing up from a Boar Bomb. But still true facts. It does give me more room to manipulate the path of the Boar homing spike, if possible. Try and catch it on the corner. There we go. Got it. Whew. Hi. Gargoyles. Sure. we know that that's gonna lock me out. But sure. Guessing I need to kill all the zombies that could spawn here. Yeah, I'm not as big of a fan of this horde mode sort of map design, where it's just like, hey, here's... Oh my god. Oh, fuck's sake, no, we're gonna... Sure. Really? You're gonna take away all... You're gonna make me burn so much of my ammo on those fuckers. Fine, everything's fine. All that cheese. Delicious cheese. Okay, we're at 175 and 254. Just a 4. Yeah, this is... I'm gonna ignore him. Almost dead. Sweet. Oh, don't be the one that kills me, please. Sharp corner. Thank you. This weird Cthulhu-looking motherfucker. Our old friends. I am extraordinarily low on ammo for what sorts of fights they're throwing at me here. I mean, if you want to fight each other, that's cool too, which, I mean, I don't know if that's part of their design that these encounters are built around, but goddamn. Hi. Wow, I knocked myself all the way off the ledge. Alright, let's try this. With tapered doors is that they don't, or tapered halls is they don't really allow for. She died. Lightning. Okay. Yeah, this particular shotgun, the 3-barreled quote-unquote Widowmaker, is also unique to Arcane Dimensions. There's still like a gold key and a silver key path that I haven't even seen head or tail of at this point. Hey look, it's a gold key. Hey look, it's the silver key. did not actually know that was going to happen. Yeah, okay, it's interesting. Only problem, yeah, like, you kind of see the sausage being made here when you see the giant tiling and the textures. Like, you know, you're dealing with the engine that you can. But... Okay, we got both keys. I don't want to take all that fall damage, so it's just... You gonna give me an easy way to get down? No? You're gonna make me walk all that way? Got time. Got nothing but time. Cheese is pumping. I see this weird pulsating lava-esque texture it doesn't come off great in the engine. It looks a little rough. It looks a little lo-fi compared to everything else they're doing here. Yeah, they could have very easily, you know, obfuscated that massive tiling with, you know, variations in the geometry. You know, have more indentations, have, you know, pillars that obscured it. There's different ways that they could. Definitely have the memory, because we've seen what these maps can do. Memory is no longer an excuse in 2018. With their updated version of the engine. Okay. Yeah, it's, I suspect, maybe just a missed opportunity, ultimately. Okay, chat, should I do gold or silver first? This is really a thing that I get to do. Everyone in chat, all the people in chat, the excited masses. Yeah, it's a thing you would not have seen in I said gold first, so gold it is. Thank you, chat. Fuck. Really? Okay, it's one. The other big boy. Okay, I guess I can. That was a very risky save right there. I did. I think I actually heard it from. I heard it from you. Yeah, I think I heard you mentioning that there was a more. I'm guessing that it'll just be like most things, a browser overlay. Just another HTML5. I mean, this is going to be very hard to do this. Let's sneak a peek at what's in silver. If I can get him to zap one of them, we'll be golden. Don't hurt me! I mean, I could. Yeah, it's just the line traces. You can't dodge it. I mean, we might just have to cheese him around this column here. Yeah, we should have enough shells to do it. As thrilling as this is, what the? Oh, that's just shells coming in. Yeah. Yeah, as I get more, ideally, a little more people in the community, I definitely would like to leverage tools like that. To a point, I feel like I don't want to make, I don't know. It's a decision I haven't really had to have it's a decision I haven't had to make yet. In that, like, more ways to interact with people, because at least when I'm doing this, how droll. When I'm doing kind of the more casual gameplay stuff, like playing Quake, where I'm just having fun, chilling. It would certainly come up more. Damn. And the streams where I'm trying to do kind of deep dives on unpacking stuff from a game design standpoint. I don't know if there's room for that. There is health in here. I should go take advantage of that. And a button. And ammo. And a portal? Oop. Oh, okay. These guys kind of suck. There's 3 of them. I do have this bigger shotgun. Yeah, then I should be using that. $194 of 254. I don't really understand what they're going for here with this energy portals that I'm turning off to advance. Like, I don't get the... Oh, this is the end. You guys almost died. Uh-oh. What does it mean? Oh, it means another fight. Okay. Oh god. Oh, so we have one last endurance. One last thing to endure. So I bet I can't actually get on that, right? I can get stuck on it though. That's fun. I'll get there. Alright, so one more endurance. One more horde mode encounter. Let's see if I can actually see what's happening here. So these pillars are exploding, and we're just spawning all the enemies. Rocket launcher? I mean, I don't have the ammo for it. Let's just go up here. No one can hurt me up here. I'm safe up here. I have 2 shells, 6 nails, 6 rockets, and I have a boss amount of fighting to do here. Let's do a risky save here, and then there's like an ammo backpack. Wow. Ammo coins right there. That's why that didn't work out. I should just go. I should just go. Oh, there's gargoyles here too. Jesus. Just spawn one of everything. I am about 13 seconds away from just clipping through to the gate because this is not fun. Yeah, like, I don't have the tools to do this. I have the ability to do it with enough ammunition, but like, I thought there were these. All right, tell you what. Let's just do this. Let's just see if it's possible with the amount of ammo I have. That they give me. Let's say that I do this for another half hour and dodge everything perfectly like a champ. Okay, let's see if it's actually possible to kill all of them with the ammo that they give me. I am cheating. I have put God into the console. I'm not trying to say I'm skillful enough to do this, nothing hurt. Like, I can get them, some of them to fight each other enough. Maybe. I'm out of ammo. Do these things need to be blown up somehow? These chains need to be... So it blocks both. There's so no way to exit at all. So it's an arena fight. I thought I saw a backpack or something. So yeah, I don't see a way I can actually. Okay, I have a few shells here. Okay. Okay, that exploded. And here's more guys. And more guys. More ammo. Okay. I am playing on Nightmare. I do wonder if they just didn't scale for it well. It's possible. I mean, that's doable, I guess. There's a quad damage up there, but that would not last me this whole fight. But this is to be able to do this, like a perfect run of this in reality would have been 40 minutes of just trial and error, save and load. And honestly, not very fun, because not only is it just horde mode, bunch of dudes, it's, you know, not a lot of interesting geometry to fight them in. And that's most of the guys, so. We had to cheat to beat it, but I feel confident that that we did the right thing there. And it wouldn't have been very fun to watch me struggle with that for 30 minutes. So I think we have time for one more tonight. So we'll say Lava Tomb is done. We'll put an asterisk next to it, just like in baseball, in sports, when you do something when you cheat. And we'll check out the Necro Creep as our final map tonight. And there it is, Necro Keep. Did I actually say? I wrote Necro Creep. I think that's a White Zombie song. Onward and upward. Save it. So we have the... I do like how it does tell you the ones you've completed, though. It's nice. to be able to work your way through. Okay, let's go see Necro. I'm going to call it Necro Creep now because that's what it's called. Off of Astro Necro Creep 2000, I believe. Okay. In a grave. Press jump to climb out of your grave. Almost. It's a good album. I mean, that song may have been overplayed in every video game, movie, and music video in the world, but that album that album still holds up, at least for me. 1,000 graves, 1,000 children. One child per grave, I assume. Assuming no doubling up. And no empty graves. Okay, there's some lost souls just chilling out. Chop chop. So yeah, we do have a gun, but we're gonna use it for a little bit. I saw him requested that track in a 20-something stream a while ago, and he cringed. I mean, as far as like White Zombie songs go, if a 20-something has heard that like as a, what would be a good parallel? I mean, I also share your sentiment. Okay, these guys need to fuck off. Who's making these guys? Oh, I know who's making these guys. I kind of get like a 20-something cringing at More Human Than Human. Kind of. It was used everywhere. Like they did not give a fuck in terms of who really will use that song. It's still a good song, but oh, actually, note the he says, "Try not to die." Note the gentle fog layer here. That's actually very cool, very subtle. I'm not sure if it picks up a lot, but there's this volume of fog, kind of translucent fog present. It's a nice touch. It's kind of shifting as I get eaten by a lost soul. That's true. I guess I don't. God, born in '95. That's. I can't think about that. That's true. He may not have been around while it was overplayed. So I wonder where the cringe comes from. Like that's. It's not like it's like Chuck Berry or something. It's not like you're playing some old shit that. I mean, Chuck Berry's still good, but you know. White Zombie is still a band that sounds like bands do today, more or less, within a few degrees of, you know, accounting for time. Maybe he just doesn't have taste. That's possible. He's 20. He's not even a person yet, so. This is a very cool, at least layout-wise. This is very neat, very atmospheric. I'm drowning myself in this pool. I like when this is actually very cool. These arches are used all throughout the original campaign. It's actually very neat to see them out open as pillars when they're usually holding up gates inside of castles and stuff. He doesn't like corn. Well, I mean, that's not necessarily an elimination, because there is some bad corn and there is some good corn. The early corn, like to follow the leader and before, good corn, if we're being subjective, if we're being real. Everything after, Jonathan Davis got fatter and fatter and tried to produce bands. Although he did produce Orgy, which is a good band. IMO. But yeah, later corn was not a good corn. But like everything off of the first album and Adidas, not Adidas, Life is Peachy, second album. Fall Leaders got some good stuff on it. I forget what the next one was. Yeah, Elementary is the label he started, and Orgy was, he like kind of helped assemble Orgy, which is why he is on one of the tracks. Orgy is like a weird, it's like a boy band. They did not know each other. They weren't friends. Davis kind of assembled them as a kind of a group out of, I'm assuming out of California, because that's where he's out of. And he's like, hey, you guys should play in a band together, and they did, and they made Orgy, and first two albums were great, and I don't even know if they're still making music, but yeah, he's the reason that they exist. Some cool colored lighting. Oh, that's hurting me. Okay. So you don't actually see a lot of Quake levels playing with darkness as much as this is. This kind of, oh, that's a. Yeah, that album, Candy Ass, which has Blue Monday on it, which is an awesome cover of it. That whole album got me through some times in high school. This door opens below. Okay. Good to know. Thank you for telling me that the door opens from below. Kind of looking for another weapon soon, guys. Shotgun, please. Nail gun, please. So I am the thing to keep him. Okay, these lost souls. So, you know, I was about to kind of comment on how we're seeing some very similar concepts between these maps. And that's not fair because there is no way, like, aside from the first four that I played, there's no like right order to play. There's no at all order to play these in. So we may be seeing things that kind of are doing the same stuff in a row, but that's just the order I've chosen to play in. Wow, that's pretty sweet. So I need. The Necromancer's Library is magically sealed. I need both the Flesh Key and the Bone Key. Think about that. Yeah, I agree, Jack. It's a little what's the word? It's a little out of place. It's a little distracting. That they're like, yeah, screw it, Sprite Blast, done. When they have done all this work, all this particle work for so many other things in this pack. A dog sound I'm hearing? Yep. You know you've been playing Quake too long, man. These guys won't come alive, right? That's cool. I like this look. That's a very cool kind of the ravine. Yeah, I mean, honestly, this project is. I think they're still kind of pecking away at it. I think this is done. I think they're working on something else. I'm sure if we like went to their forum and like spent the 2 hours it would take to snip out the texture and add a 3D particle effect, they'd accept it, right? If it was high quality enough, because it is a community project. There is a decent amount of people working on it, or that had worked on this. Haha. I came from above, didn't I? Yes. I really like the skybox that they chose. I mean, you know, the too fast purple clouds are always going to be a nostalgia thing for me, but oh god, spider. Why? Why would you do that? Just keep going down. Keep taking arrows to the knee. Timely references here on the stream. Looking for health. Okay, so the gold is down here. They have been playing with these guillotines a lot in this map pack, and I'm a little past it. Like, it's cool, but kind of wish they tried something else. Flesh key. All right, let's run ourselves through it. Perfect. No scope. 100%. Nail gun, finally. I'm sorry, what? Fine. Oh, I hope these aren't like Revenants in Doom. That'll make me real sad. Oh, here I was thinking that I was being hit by these when it was spiders the whole time. It was spiders the whole time. Oh, sweet. He's a railgun. That's fun. He's basically a worse version of, not a worse, but like the Shambler. Haha, stupid spider. Man. And it burns you. Jesus. I am on fire. Well, I certainly picked the right levels to play first, because those were the most interesting and, or, that's not fair, but those were, get the pole, get the pole. Maybe the best balance? This looks cool, but these felt a little awkward. Again, I am playing on Nightmare. There's a chance that they weren't necessarily tuned for Nightmare, which is fine. We'll adjust as necessary. I picked up the gold key somewhere in there. It's surprising. You stay in the water, because like you can't burn if you're in water, right? That's how science works. That's a good one. These are definitely less cohesive experiences than the first four maps we played. These are more encounter to encounter than one big interesting set piece, but let's see where it goes. This guy who can instantly railgun me on fire is, I'm not a fan. save as soon as I can, even if it's a brusky save, just to... I don't have the double barrel yet? Damn. No! We've got the guys making the Lost Souls in here. It's just... Just leave. Just opt out of that experience. Technically, yes. I don't stand still. Opt out. I choose life. Stupid. Okay. Yeah, you don't have to kill everything. You can just leave, which is what we're going to do. There's our little world friend. I mean, there's a stat at the end. It's true, Jack. That if I don't have, 254 out of 254, I am thus a scrub, and the internet will judge me as such. And I'm not sure I can live with that. Let's see. These guys are quickly becoming very irritating. I mean, by that logic, Jack, I must find every secret, which we've already established this is not good stream material to watch me fumble in the dark for 30 minutes like some sort of prom night. Oh yeah, no, there's no part-time, thankfully, which is I always found stupid in Doom. It's like, if you were John Romero, this is how fast you would be. You could do this level. It's like, okay. I don't know what I expected to not take damage from that. I looked at these things going, oh, those are nail traps. Oh god, not this again. Are those boars? Oh my god. Luckily they're not the shitty boars, they're the ones who make babies. Babies making babies! Stuck. I mean, if this was 4 boars that were actual boars, this would suck. What? Who's still spitting out? Oh, it's you. I actually prefer those boars because they're a pain in the ass, but they're not super like an insta-kill if you're not quite paying attention. These bricks are no match for me. Oh, okay. It's like, did I just lock myself out? Oh, that was a secret. I thought I was just following the main path. Good use of spider webs, which were not in Quake. That's some good. I mean, they're a little pixelated, but again, that's the engine, not the artists. Ooh. A battery. I haven't seen a sniff of a lightning gun in these maps for a while, so that's an interesting foreshadowing. I keep forgetting those squires / knaves take one double barreled shot, not two. Those guys. They're so nice. Pushy, pushy, squishy, squishy. It's funny because I said it as I was being squished. That's when I was really funny. Yay. Ow. 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 Your punishment is... Well, he's got this pillar, so he's a listen. That's not really fair to him to put him in a box like that. Don't put people in boxes. It's not fair. The armor's really holding out there. That's cool. I like that. Oh, I get to do it. I was hoping maybe they would reward me by making me not do it. Is good at video games. Unless they did reward me for not having to do it. Oh, they did. Hooray. Everyone wants to play now. Look at this. Look at all these boys. Look at this, please. This is, I mean, I will say this is more fun than the last one was. It's a little hectic, but it's fine when used appropriately. It's one of these jerks. $115 to $270 of $272 left. We will murder them all. No, we will not. Okay. Lift it up. I'm not sure that was supposed to happen. Although these guys, the wizards, do teleport around. He basically teleported inside the ogre, and they were both very uncomfortable with that situation. Understandably so. Okay. Give ourselves a key. Christ. The old... It's nightmare mode, so we must have a shambler in there. Let's save that for maybe a future me to worry about if I ever have to go back there. These spheres aren't, like, they're a cool concept, but mechanically they're basically a Death Knight with just a shorter spread of fire. Oh, we do have a grenade launcher, actually. I have been poisoned. Again, I can just... Oh, see, I can't just walk away now. I can't just... Alright, time for grenades. Oh, that's time to leave now. Oh. Alright, Jack, thanks for hanging out, man. I will probably see you in the morning. I'll probably stop by the server in the morning. So have a good night. Arrows pointing this way. Have neither the flesh nor the bone. Who made you? Right. Spaced out there. Alright. So about that. Just stuff happening. Okay. There's a grenade right in front of me, so this will end well. Good. They keep pairing up these types of enemies together. And it's not as quite as interesting as I think they think it is. It's almost like a... Oh god. I'm gonna be stuck on these guys. It's almost like a... what are they called? Hell Knights from Doom? At least in sound and design, maybe. Definitely much more interesting, not much more interesting, but a very interesting aesthetic here. Broken blood seals. Oh, what? Back to the beginning. A bunch of stuff. Oh, look, it's not one of our friends. Fire jerks. Why am I burning ammo on this? I'm burning rockets on this. I do like this. Jesus, this mechanic of putting down the zombies with an axe. Okay, I'm kicking things up a notch here. Where are the wizards who are making the fucking guys? Okay. Yeah, I like the mechanically. It's very interesting to have to stop and put them down so that they don't come back up again. Instead of just I have to use an explosive weapon to achieve that effect. I'm gonna guess that these are secret side stuff, but yeah, it feels good to have to manage stopping, chop them down to make them no longer a threat. I think the man's library. Oh, it's definitely going to be in here. Most of the face is not pleasant. I thought it was here. No, these are just the two sides of the same thing. Where his library was. That was one of the very early things we saw. Well, if things are coming alive to hurt you, then you're probably in the right place. Right, yeah. Just having to deal with this now. I'm at like 10 health, but let's do it. So many other people like me have come here and failed. All these ranger. Whoa, that's a texture at an angle. Great, we did it. I think this looks cool, from what I can tell. It's a giant library, which is awesome. Surely that's not just it. I mean, every time I say that, it is, but yeah, that's okay. That's badass. Can I say? Very cool looking. Is that armor way up there? That's funny. No, okay, good. It's not it. More horde mode. We're inside the. We're on top of the library. Are we gonna go up every level? That's pretty cool. You just died, Jesus. Okay, they're the most annoying ones at least. Not sure I'm ready for this build. Let's see. What I have to do. That's a very nice thing not to make sure I don't die on the way down. It's the bad ones. I do like the. I mean, it makes this so I don't have to spend all this time reading the encounter that I can come down here for health. So I appreciate that. Kind of cheese a little bit. What's hurting me right here? I'm kind of tempted just to kind of keep rolling. Maybe not do it that way. That's fine. You know. On one hand, I appreciate that I have this open to me. It does feel like a little cheap, I think. Maybe. It's a very cool concept, though. Jesus Christ. Sure, yep. Gotta end up with Shamblers, right? Live by the Shambler, die by the Shambler. Yes. So that, like, tease of having the battery was just that, a tease. Alright, let's find a way to deal with these guys. I'm gonna spawn basically right on them. Them? One? Single shield? We are very nervous about the next step. See what you're gonna have for me, because I'm not here. Shit, I didn't. The health has stopped responding. Uh-oh. But no, it hasn't responded, or has spawned for me. Oh, don't do that. Don't fire point blank. Yeah, gotta end it with one of these guys. Souls of your bones have been avenged. Massive Quake teleporter. Okay. It's pretty sweet. We missed 19 of them. Alright. I appreciate everyone hanging out while we explored some more of Arcane Dimensions. We got a lot done here. We got through the last 4 in the list, one of which was asterisk, so we had to cheat to do it because we felt like it was maybe a little improperly balanced, maybe, question mark. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed it. We will definitely pick this back up and get back to work on the rest of these maps to see what they do, see how they play. And in terms of things coming up, I might be doing a stream tomorrow, late tomorrow. I might do this tomorrow actually. We'll see how it goes. I normally do Shadowrun Dragonfall on Fridays, but something has come up, so I won't be around at the time. But I might be around later that evening, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Again, thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you next time.